saying happy birthday today to a game show host and DJ who has been leaving a mark for decades.
Wink Martindale turns 91 years old today. He's best known for game shows like Gambit, Tic-Tac-Dough, and Debt. Wink was born in Tennessee in 1933, and his career started in radio. He made the big jump to TV, though, and wound up hosting an incredible 21 game shows. His final show came out in 2010, and it was called Instant Recall. If you're not familiar, Instant Recall was essentially a hidden camera game show. They would set up an unsuspecting person, try to catch them doing something that might be embarrassing, and then they would quiz that person over the situation they were in, and correct answers, of course, would earn them money.
I don't know how to feel about that. Martindale said they were using the microphone Gene Rayburn used in Match Game, a fact that delighted Rob Caldwell.
I can't tell you how happy it makes me that you're going to be using the Gene Rayburn microphone. Let me ask you about...
We had to look far and wide for that. We really had to search for that one.
Let me ask you about your wardrobe, because I understand it too will be making a statement in this show.
Yeah, most of these jackets, like the one I have on now, I got 10 or 15 of them, some of them from Tic-Tac-Dough days. My wife did not throw them away. I had no idea. They were hidden in a closet. When they wanted to do the retro look on Instant Recall, Game Show Network said, "Do you have any of those jackets left?" And we did, my wife told me. And the amazing thing is, Rob, that I can still wear them. You know, the waist may be an inch or two larger. You can't see that. But I can still wear these Hummers. And you know what? They feel pretty doggone good, and they've created quite a bit of interesting conversation around the water cooler. Did you see what Wink had on last night? Terrible looking jacket.
You have been in broadcasting for a long time, Wink. Tell me about your first break, how you got started in radio.
Oh, my first break in radio, I guess, was my first job when I was 17 years old. He was my Sunday school teacher and manager of the local radio station in Jackson, Tennessee. And ever since I was this big, I wanted to be a radio announcer. And I used to bug him to death. Sunday school, wherever I saw him. Chick Wingate was his name. Finally, he got so bugged with me. When I was 17, he had me come into the studio one day, gave me an audition. He was surprised because I'd been working on how to do this. He brought the mayor of the town down the next day. He was the owner of the station. He liked what he heard, and he hired me. And that was years ago. And I've been doing radio ever since. Radio is in my blood. I still do radio to this day, a thing called Hit Parade Radio around the country.
You know, there are a lot of new media that are coming along all the time, but there's still something intimate about radio. Do you think it's going to endure?
Oh, yeah. Radio has always been around. You know, game shows started on radio, and without radio, game shows might not be on television today. Who knows? But there's something, like you say, immediate. Most radio is live. Some of it's recorded, but most of it's live, so it's happening now. Certainly, that's the success of talk radio as we know it today. It's live. It's immediate. It is of the moment. So, yeah, it'll always be with us. Thank goodness.
I just feel like he really wants to come out of his shell, you know?
Any moment now, it'll really come through.
Wink is no longer hosting Hit Parade, but he has another radio show, a weekly 2-hour production about the history of rock and roll called History of Rock and Roll with Wink Martindale.
Really went on a stretch for the title of that one. All right, Rob also asked Wink what makes a good game show host with all his experience. Well, he says the skill that makes him good at it is that he's a people person. He loves any chance to talk with people when it comes through right there. Mm-hmm. Also a beautiful radio voice, right?
Yes, and the smile too.
Born with the gift.
I get the game show host.
Absolutely.